joining me for practice every morning and those few afternoons or few evenings. Anyway, when you're ready, bring yourself into a comfortable seat. I'm going to head and I'm going to go to start the practice, and then just after meditation I'll see if there's anybody else to be let in. So let's just come and sit in a comfortable seat. Let the palms face up, let the spine be nice and long, closing the eyes, and just allow yourself to settle into your space this morning. So as you reach down through your legs and your sit bones, allow yourself to feel that connection with the earth. And take a few moments just to adjust your seat so that you are comfortable. Remembering we'd like our spine to be strong and straight, and the muscles around the spine to be relaxed. And just let's begin this process of just gently winding down. So with your eyes softly closed, be aware of your breathing. Noticing the rhythm of your breath that's there for you. Noticing if you're using your belly to breathe or if your breath is just caught in your chest. Noticing in your physical body any areas that perhaps today you might need to give a little bit more attention to. Just accepting. Relax any tightness around your face, your jaw. Let the eyes be soft. Then allow yourself to notice where your mind is today. A little bit of a duller morning. Does that affect where your head is? How was your sleep? What have you done since you got up this morning? Notice how your energy is today. Feeling the overall energy, and perhaps for some of us we can notice it as a sensation in our hands, our sit bones. Maybe even our feet. The energy of prana, that life force. The energy that will shift and move as we flow through our practice. And then today asking, how do I feel? And perhaps as we notice how we feel, maybe looking back on the journey of the past few months. And if you're like most people, like me, it's been a little bit of a roller coaster. All bringing us to this place now. Maybe you feel good today, maybe not so good. Maybe you feel a little stronger today. Just noticing. And then allow yourself to connect in with each of us who have come here for our practice this morning. Connecting in with nature. Connecting in with whatever it is we believe that is greater than ourselves. Noticing if in fact there is that connection there, or if it's a little bit waned today. And as you check in with all these parts of yourself, be aware that all of this is you and all of this comes to your practice. And so maybe at some point emotionally you need to stop, and maybe some point you're feeling a greater connection. Maybe you need to hold and stay, and some points your body is saying, actually, I need to back up. And sometimes your mind is saying, let's just stop, I want to give up, and you have to counter that. Say, no, let's stay with it. So all of this is involved in your practice. Allow yourself to settle into the rhythm of your beating heart. And bring your focus to the right of your heart, where you can take a moment and plant an intention for this morning's practice. And then return to the rhythm of your breathing. And as you settle here, we're going to inhale for a count of 4. And exhale for a count of 4. Inhale for 4. And exhale for 4. Inhaling 4. Exhaling 4. Deeply breathing. Inhale 4. Exhale 4. Last time, inhale 4. And exhale 4. Take a long deep breath in. Drop the chin to the chest. Slowly open the eyes and lift the head and neck. Okay, so we're going to start class today with Kapalabhati. So remembering, if you have high blood pressure or any heart disease, or if you're pregnant, we're going to skip this one. So instead of doing that, what I'd like you to do is a 3-part breathing exercise. So you're going to inhale 1, inhale 2, inhale 3, fill the lungs, and then exhale 1, exhale 2, exhale 3. Okay, so really try and stay connected with your breathing and just allow the lungs to expand very gently. It's really good to exercise them and expand them. For the rest of us, we're going to wrap our thumbs in around our palms, fingers wrap around your thumbs, and you're going to extend your arms nice and tall. Now again, if this is too much, please let your hands rest down by your side. And when you're ready, inhale, using the exhale to force the breath out. So your inhale and hex, hex. Inhale, exhale, release your hands down. Take a long deep breath in. And today we're going to hold that retention. So deep breath in, holding it wherever you are. For those of you doing the 3-part, you can try this, but just don't hold it too long. For the rest of us, try to extend the hold for as long as possible. And take a deep breath in, or exhale out. Wrapping the hands, extending, and inhale, and again, hex, hex. release your hands. Exhale. Take a long deep breath in. So again, fill the lungs as much as you can, but leave a tiny gap at the very top. Hold your breath. And exhale. Take a deep breath in. And exhale. Last round, wherever you are, again, 3-part breathing in, 3-part breathing out, or extending the hands again, hands on your leg. When you're ready, inhale and exhale. Exhale, inhale, release the hands. Exhale. Take a long, deep breath in, fill the lungs. And close the eyes, hold it. Keeping your eyes closed, just take a moment to notice how your breath is, how your body is. And then opening the eyes, raise the hands up nice and tall, exhale, folding forward and down. And again, just see how the hips are. This is also really good for the lower back, but be mindful if you have any back issues not to crunch too low. Breathe, draw it back in, and let's swap over the cross of our legs. Excellent. Breathe, interlace the palms, pressing them up nice and tall, feeling that stretch as you drop to the left, look up under the right. Reaching, breathe. Come back to center and opposite side. Come back up, inhale. And exhale, twist to the right. Right hand on your knee, left hand behind you. Breathing as you open. Keep finding that length. Come back to center, float the hands up. And exhale, twist in the opposite direction, looking over that left shoulder. Breathe. Keep finding that twist in the body. Coming back to center, floating the hands up. Cactus the arms, let's squeeze the hands back, find that space, breathe. Now make sure you're not lifting your ribs away from the hips. Right hand underneath your left, position 1, position 2, position 3, lift up and draw forward. Feel that space that's being created through the shoulders. Inhale, open it up. Exhale, opposite sides. Breathing. Pressing the elbows. Lifting up. Inhale, coming back. Bring the hands behind you to interlace. Roll the shoulders open and lift up through the arms. And again, find that space through the chest. Keep the breath steady. Again, head and neck is soft. And release the hands. Breathe. Bringing your feet together. Just touch your toes and have your knees nice and wide. Just holding on to your wrists. Sit up tall and just gently get a little bit of fluid around the hip sockets and just butterfly your knees for a moment, or your hips for a moment. Be really mindful of the knees and just notice the space that's there. And then just coming to hold, staying nice and tall, and just come forward very slightly. Not much. You're just literally waking up through the hips, noticing what's there. Getting a little bit of space, a little bit of fluid. Breathe and then coming back up. Excellent. Draw the knees in. Come back into that opposite cross-legged, whatever it was for you. Inhale, lengthen, and then exhale, forward fold, and see how we're doing on this side. So reaching forward and down, finding that space. Breathing in as you lengthen. And then coming back up, we're going to start on our backs today. So come to lie down on your back. Breathe, bend your knees. And let's draw the right knee into the chest. So again, keep the sit bones on the ground, draw the right knee in. If it's there for you to extend the left leg, extend the left leg. Squeeze that knee in and then extend that right leg up. You can take a hold of the back of the thigh, the calf, the ankle, maybe the start of the day, the hamstrings are a bit tight. A few of us might be able to take the big toe. But straighten that leg as much as you can and draw the toes towards the head. Press out through the heel so you really have that activation. And if your left leg is straight, really try to root the thigh of the left leg down. Breathe. And exhale, release the left or the right leg. Again, both knees can be bent. Extend the left leg, take a hold of the back of the calf, the thigh, the ankle. Straighten out the right leg if that's there. Feeling that space, stay with your breath. Reaching in two different directions. Wonderful, bend the knee, plant it back, bend both knees, extend your right leg up and over. Encourage your right knee to come forward, ankle is over your left knee. Bring the left leg in. So again, take a hold of the thigh. If you can, and remember your right hand is underneath your right calf to take a hold of the shin as you draw it in. Stay here for lots of us. This is loads. For some of us, we're going to put the elbow around the elbows around the foot and the knee and extend the left leg. And then if you wish to include the belly, you're going to lift the head and neck, but use your right hand as a pillow. Drawing the shin towards the chest, extending out through the left foot, engage through your core, and just allow your body to open. Breathe. Being right here in this moment. Wonderful. Bring that left knee in, replant the head and neck, ankle on your leg, release it down, and soften. Again, don't force yourself. Left leg up, left ankle over your right knee. Twist through the hips, so don't force the knee, twisting through the hip. Foot is flexed to protect the knee and you're drawing in through your right leg. Keep encouraging your knee to move forward as you take a hold of the back of the thigh or that right shin. Now don't lift your bum off the ground. Keep it planted. Stay here, feel that opening through the outside of the left buttock if we can. Bring the foot and knee into the elbow creases if you can. Right leg straight, left hand behind your head. Engage your core as you lift. Breathe. Focus. Feel that space, feel that lengthening. Let the hip unfold. Bring your knee in, lower back down, both legs to the ground. Hands down by your side and just straighten out your legs. So option one here, hands under your bum. You're going to come up onto your elbows and lift your leg and lower down if you have any back issues, okay, using your elbows as support. For those of us who don't, we're going to inhale our hands overhead. Float your right leg off the ground and don't let it drop to the ground until the end of the poses. Okay, so from here, you're going to inhale, lift your leg in your hands, and then exhale, lower down, but don't drop the heel. Breathe as you exhale up. Inhale as you lengthen down. Exhaling up and inhaling down. Exhaling up, inhaling down. Exhaling up, Inhaling down. Exhaling up. This time hold. Bring your hands together and rotate so that the hands come to the outside of the right foot. Lift the chest. So if you're on the ground, just lift up. Hold. Breathe. Feel whatever it is in your body. Stay with it and release everything to the ground. Release the heel, release the hands. Notice your breath. Opposite side, left heel floats, right hands overhead. Inhale. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Breathe. Press out, hands together, rotate, squeeze. Extend through both legs as if you're taking a giant step forward. Draw the belly in. Stay with your breath. Burning off the agni, the fire around the core, the ego self. And release down. Breathe. Excellent. So we're creating a little bit of fire through the core. Most of our poses start and finish there. Bring your knees into your chest. Any back issues, roll to the right. The rest of us just rock and roll a few times on the spine. And then cross your ankles, take a hold of your ankles and see about rolling all the way forward and coming to all fours. Breathe as you drop your belly here. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, curl as you lift the belly up, rounding. Inhale, open the heart to lengthen forward. Exhale, curl the toes and let's bring it up to the first down dog of the practice. So pedal out your feet. Work into your hands, lift your hips. Really notice how your body's doing today. What's going on? How's the space? Can I feel that flush of blood, of oxygen coming to my head? Can I lift and notice how my hips are doing? Inhale to plank position, nice and strong, press out. Always an option to have the knees down. Exhale, knees, chest and chin. Inhale, cobra. First one with no hands. What's happened? How's the back? Press down. Lengthen the shoulders to the hips, lengthen the tailbone towards the heels. And then exhale, up and back. Downward facing dog. Breathe. Connect. One more. Inhale to plank. Knees, chest and chin. Scoop forward and up a little bit higher in your cobra. Notice what's happening with the back. Exhale, lower down. Hands off the mat. Get your little tennis balls underneath your hands. Squeeze, draw back and lift. Again, lengthening your tailbone. Squeeze the belly in. Stay with your breath. Exhale down. Hands underneath your shoulders. Curl the toes. Up and back. Downward facing dog. Notice what's going here, how your breathing is. Then very gently start to walk yourself all the way forward to the front of the mat. And just hang over here. Grab opposite elbows. Shake your hips no. Shake your hips yes. Shake your head no, head yes. Release the hands and uncurl one vertebra at a time to come all the way up to your Tadasana. So standing nice and tall at the top of the mat, closing the eyes and just again being aware of what's happened already in my body. Has my body temperature changed? Can I feel a little bit more freedom in my lower back, my hips, maybe my shoulders? Step the feet together, hands in prayer in front of the heart. Breathe. We're going to start bending the knees, touch the fingers to the earth and straight down and float it up into Utkatasana. So breathe as you surrender. Weight back to your heels. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, right foot back to the back of the mat, right knee down. Breathe as we bring it up and sinking forward. So again, draw your right hip forward, left hip back. Lift up and arch very slightly, but make sure you're maintaining that curl in the lower back. Belly in and up, protect the back. Breathe. Exhale, hands to hips, straighten that leg. Fold forward and down. Hands can come onto your thighs, your hips or the earth. Drawing that left thigh bone back into the hip socket. Inhale, bending into that front knee. Exhale, step back, plank position. Inhale. Exhale, chaturanga or knees, chest and chin. Up dog or cobra. And exhale back. Downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Lift your right leg nice and high. Exhale, step it forward in between your hands. Left knee down. Breathe as you float up. And exhale. Again, lengthening. Feel that space that you're creating as you tilt your tailbone down. Exhale, hands onto hips, straighten up. Left hip over your knee, pulling that right thigh back as you come forward and down. Breathing, finding that steady, even breath. Bending into that front foot. Inhale, exhale, step forward, fold in half. Bend your knees, brush your fingers. Utkatasana, weight in the heels. Exhale, straight back down. Inhale, find length. Exhale, left foot back to the back of the mat, left knee down, float it up. Soften forward. Breathe as you bring the hands in prayer, rotate left arm to the outside of the right knee. Use your hands to twist, opening through the lower back, the upper back. If we can, we're going to lift that left knee. Breathe. Focused. Ground. Inhale. Look to the earth. Exhale. Step it back. Plank position. Chaturanga. Knees, chest and chin. Up dog or cobra. And exhale back. Downward facing dog. Big deep breath in. Big deep breath out. Stay with your breath. And float your left leg up nice and high behind you. Breathe. Exhale. Step it forward. In between your hands. Right knee down. And lift. Soften. Feel your breath. Hands come into prayer. Rotate right elbow to the outside of the left knee. And twist as you look up. Breathe as you soften in. And then if you wish, add the lift of the right knee. Only options. Keep present. Find your breath. Release both hands down. Inhale, big step forward. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, brush your fingers, Utkatasana. Exhale all the way up, hands in front of your heart, Samastitihi, Tadasana. Come back to your breath. What's happening now? How's my body feeling? How's my heartbeat? Bend the knees, brush the fingers, Utkatasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step or hop back. Again, Vinyasa flow or start to skip. If your heartbeat is too high, if you're feeling a little bit over energized, then take a moment in child's pose or just stay in your down dog. When you're ready, lift your right leg up nice and high behind you. And exhale, step your right foot forward in between your hands. Left heel down and cartwheel your hands up into warrior two. Breathe. So staying nice and balanced, nice and focused. Keep sinking down, sinking down. From here, pivot your right hand up and just lower your left hand down. Your left leg as you reach your right arm up and over. Breathe as you extend. Exhale, bring it back. Reaching forward to plant your hand, elbow on thigh or elbow to the inside of the foot. Left arm up, gaze to the left hand out in front. Stay with your breath. From here, if we can, we're going to reach the right hand out and use a little bit of that core. Staying, breathing. Release your right hand down, left hand comes back to your hip. Look to the earth, Work your right hand out in front of you. Maybe hop your left foot in once or twice. Release the right hand down. Float that left hand up, left leg up, and left hand up. Breathe as we open. And for those of you who want to take the ankle, bend the knee to take the ankle and open up the hip. Breathe as you feel that stretch through the quad. Stay with your breath. Wherever you are, slowly release. Bring it back. Warrior two, nice and soft. Super. Bring your back hand forward to meet your right. Rotate your hips to face forward. And then bring both hands up and bring it into warrior one. Keep sinking down. Bring your hands through your heart. Step it back. And again, Vinyasa flow. Child's pose or downward facing dog. And let's all meet in down dog. Returning to your breath, float your left leg up nice and high. Step it forward in between your hands. Right heel down, warrior two. So finding your edge here, really rooting down. So these are really good poses to connect us with gravity and earth. They're really good poses in times of fear because it works through our base chakra, which is connected with survival, with the basic fundamental needs. So really rooting down, feeling your strength. Flip your left hand, right hand comes down, left hand up and over. Open, lengthen, breathe into that left lung. And then bring it back, reaching forward, elbow to thigh, left hand to the earth, right hand to sky, and then right arm over the ear. Where's your breath here? If you can, float both hands. Lower the hand down, lift the right hand up, bring the right hand to hip, look to the earth, left hand reaches out. So you can drag the right foot in a little bit, maybe one or two hops to extend. Playing with this, if you want to go a little further, you're going to take your ankle and open up. Stay with your breath, find your steady, even flow. Extend slowly back. Breathe, release gently into your warrior two, taking your time. Bring your right hand forward to meet your left. So adjust your hips so the hip points are facing forward. You might need to adjust your back heel. Lengthen into your warrior one. Exhale, both hands to the earth. Step it back, plank position. And flow through your vinyasa, and let's all come to child's pose for a moment after that, or straight away. Surrender and release. Extend your hands and downward facing dog. Super. Inhale, come forward to plank position, left heel to the left. You can step your right foot in front of your left knee, and from here float your right hand up. For some of us, we can come with both legs stacked, and for some we might even play with tree. Wherever you are, release, stay with your breath, hold, and then exhale back, and downward facing dog. Inhale to plank, right wrist and shoulder, right heel to the right, left foot steps, left hand floats, left foot stacks if that's there, or bringing it up into tree if that's there, releasing the left arm over. So this is in fact an arm balance, so just feel it in your body, stay with your breath. Bringing it back, release, and downward facing dog. Inhale, step or hop in between your hands. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees, brush your fingers, Utkatasana. And all the way up, Samastitihi and Tadasana. Connect with your breathing. Find that rhythm. Bringing it back to balance. Wonderful. Hands on your hips, separate your feet, hips distance apart. Shift your weight over to the left and just let your right heel rest against your left shin. So again, always an option to lean against a wall if that's handy. From here, bring your foot to your calf or to the inside of your thigh. Breathe. Bring your hands in prayer in front of your heart and lift up. Focusing on that one spot. Notice how your breathing is doing. Staying here. Finding steadiness. Bring your hands in front of your heart. Bring that knee out in front of you. And let's bring it back into Warrior 3. So you're going to extend your back leg back. And then playing with your balance, bring your hands out in front of you. Breathe. Open. Extend. Hands in front of your heart and then slowly come up and release. Wonderful. Shake it all out. Come back to neutral. Shifting over to the right. Hands on your hips, left heel rests. And then from here, if you can, bring your foot to your calf. If it's there, bring it up to the inside of your thigh. Even out the hips, hands in prayer. And then float up. Lengthen through the side waist. Feel your breath. Notice that rhythm. Then maybe noticing this side might be a little bit more steady or a little bit wobblier. Breathe. And then bring your hands in prayer, bring the knee out in front and transition into your Warrior 3 and extend. Finding that sensation of calibration through your body. Exhale, hands in front of your heart and slowly come back, lower your legs. Shake that all out, well done. So again, coming to the front of your mat. Taking a moment again. This time check in with what your intention was. What was it that you planted as that seed for enhancing your life? When you're ready, bend your knees, brush your fingers, Utkatasana. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. Lengthen to look up. Exhale, step or hop back. And again, flow through your Vinyasa. Feel your breathing. Feel that steady, even flow. When you're ready, coming back to downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, knees, chest and chin lower all the way to the earth. Chin on the ground, hands down by your side. You can roll your legs in together. Turn your palms to face in towards your body. And when you're ready, press down through your pelvis and inhale, lift your chest, head and neck, reach your hands back and float your legs. So bring yourself to as far as you possibly can and then back up to where it's comfortable. Connect with your breath. Feel that strength. Lengthen up and release down, left cheek on the ground and soften. So again, notice here what's happening in your heartbeat, what's happening with your body. chin to the earth, bring your legs together. This time interlace your hands on top of your spine, roll your shoulders open, and from here reach your hands back and lift your legs. So find space, breath. Inhale, exhale, release down, right cheek on the ground, and soften. Where does your mind go to when you stop? Chin to the earth. This time bring your hands out in front of you. Forehead on the ground. Let's just do one lift. Right leg, left hand. Breathe. Bring that down. Left hand, right leg. Breathe. Soften that down. This time bring both hands, both legs. Lengthen. Inhale. Lift. Feel your breath. And make a pillow with your hands, left cheek on the ground. Return to your breath. Hands come underneath your shoulders and just press up onto your knees. As you come onto your knees, just gently do a very soft cow belly and then a gentle cat, just to soften out. A few of these, just to soften off the back. Breathe from the back bend. And then come back to neutral. Bring your forearms on the ground and you're going to interlace your hands. And again, you can walk your knees back and just keep your knees on the ground here if this feels like it's good for you. We're going to come forward and press back. So this could be loads. Work into your shoulders, so be really careful of your shoulders here. Don't collapse down. Press in the elbows so that you're really engaging the upper back muscles. For the rest of us, we're going to curl our toes under and we're going to inhale forward and exhale back. Inhale forward and exhale back. Inhale forward, exhale back. Let's try one more. Come on, inhale forward, exhale back, knees to the earth, and let's bring it back to child's pose. Breathe as you surrender. And then coming up to sit on your heels. So if we are not inverting today, if we just don't feel like we have the energy in it, ladies on the menstrual cycle, we're going to just bring our bottoms to the wall, backs, head here, back on the wall, and legs up the wall, coming into Viparita Karani. Or you can just lie on your back and lift your legs up towards the ceiling. We're not going to come into the full pose if we don't want to, so we're going to move, break it down gently, but we're moving into our headstand. So for some of us, we're just going to bring our elbows to the ground and grab opposite elbows. So this is the most important part. For some of us, this is all we're going to do. So really good to start by getting a firm base. You don't want your elbows to move out wider than your shoulders because you want the bones to work with support from the muscles. Hands come out in front. You make a little nest with your hand, okay? We're going to bring our head down to the ground. Now notice here, I'm already collapsing in my chest, okay? So really important that I don't do that. I want to feel like I'm lifting. So instead of collapsing down, I'm lifting up as if I want to take my head off the mat. Now, being in this position, you can walk your knees in a little bit and just stay here. So in this position, you've got an enormous amount of the benefits of your headstand. Your heart is higher than your head, pressure off it, but keep that connection with pressing down through the elbows. Okay, so we can stay here. We might want to go a little further and lift our knees. For those of you who want to come into the full practice and have a wall handy, really good to come near the wall, but make sure your hands are in a position about 1 or 2 inches away from the wall. Your hands, and then your elbows are about a foot.
Stay here if this is enough or if it's there. Walking it in. And for those of you who wish, bringing it all the way up into your headstand. So wherever you are, just stay with your breath. This is the king of all poses, the most beneficial. Feel your energy. Stay with your breath. And then when you're ready, slowly lowering yourself down. If you're in Vipakriti, if your legs are up the wall, you can stay there for another moment, or if your legs are just up to the ceiling, you can bring your feet to the earth. For those who are doing the headstand, just rest in child's pose. Feel the energy of the pose. It stimulates the lymphatic system, the respiratory system, the digestive system. And then bring your chin into your chest. So those in Viparita Karani, if you come around and come into child's pose gently now, keep the energy low. And you're going to bring your chin into your chest in child's pose. So again, the top of your head is on the ground. Take a hold of your feet if you can, and we're going to roll so that the chin comes close to the chest. Breathe. So it's almost like you're doing an inverted shoulder stand. This is called rabbit's pose. Staying with it. Releasing out the neck in the opposite direction. And then lowering back down. And gently bring yourself up. Wonderful. Bring your hands to the earth. Curl your toes under. And just walk it back into a squat. So again, squat for you might be here. Really careful of your knees. Bring it as wide as you need to. And if you can come all the way down, then super. Hands in front of the heart. Breath is steady. Allow the hips to even out. Notice what's going on in your body as you turn yourself right way around again. Extend your hands forward, and you can use your hands to bring yourself back and just gently extend the legs nice and long in front of you. From here, you're going to take your right foot and just plant it about an inch or so away from your left knee. Sit up nice and tall, and then from here, extend your left hand up and then wrap your left hand around your knee. Right hand comes behind you. Remember to look forward as you bring your belly, your ribs around. Keep looking forward. Now I want you to traction, don't let this knee collapse in. Traction the knee against your arm, so you're pressing the arm away, pressing the knee away. Staying with the wrap, or if it can, bring it to the outside. Flex your left foot, twist, 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 and then let your head look back over your right shoulder. Breathe. Keep twisting. Keep noticing what's happening in your back. And then come back to center. Breathe. Okay, so for those of us with any dodgy knees, you're going to bring your right foot and just plant it against your left and fold into Janu Shirshasana. For those of us who want to get a little bit more of a stretch through the quads, you're going to bring your right foot behind you. Manipulate the calf muscle away a little bit. Lift the flesh of the left hip. Sitting up nice and tall. Have your knees connected if you can. Breathing here. Have your heel brushing the outside of your hip. Float your hands up. You're going to come forward and down. Like you might feel like you're toppling over to the left. If that's so, use your left hand and fold forward and down over that left leg. If we can, we're going to bring our both hands to the foot. Really try to root down through your right hip so you're not toppling. Stay with your breathing. floating back up. Exhale, release. Roll that right leg straight. Just flip-flop it out a little bit. Left foot just to the outside of the right knee, flex it out, sit up tall. Again, left hand behind you, right hand extends, wrapping it round. Remember that traction, same idea here. Bring the belly, the ribs around, and then if you can, bring the hand to the outside. Keep the twist happening without the use of the head, and then just float the head and neck back. Stay with it. Find your breathing, twisting. Looking forward, counter twist again for a moment. Option 1, foot plants against the right leg. No knee issues. Bring it behind you, manipulate the calf, lift the flesh of the right foot, knees together. Inhale, lengthen, and then exhale, coming forward and down. Breathe. Keep rooting down through your left hip. Again, you can use your right hand just to balance you if that feels like you need a little tiny help. Otherwise, just working in. Stay with your breath as you keep rooting down through the left hip. And then coming up. Again, release that leg out. Gentle flip-flops right and left. And then from here, you're just going to bring your legs nice and wide. Okay, so as wide as we feel comfortable. Remove the flesh again from the sit bones. Option to pop onto a book or a block if we want a little bit more space. Flex out through your feet, so keep your feet active. This and sends energy all the way up to the inside of the thighs, hands in front. Inhale, you're going to lengthen. And then exhale, start to fold forward. Breathing. So with each inhale, you find length, and with exhale, you come down. Now, all the while, your mind is going to take you off on journeys about what you've got to do next, where you're going or not going today. Keep working on being here. What's happening in my physical body? How are my muscles doing? Where am I getting this stretch? What's happening with my breath? Where's my mind? Keep bringing it back. Allowing yourself to put effort in, but also soften in the pose. And then very gently walking it up. Take a hold of the back of the knees, draw them in, and extend your legs out in front of you. Float the hands up. Inhale, exhale. Paschimottanasana, come forward and down. Take the calves, the ankles, the feet, and surrender. And again, remembering, soften, find your edge, and then release. Inhale, slowly lifting. Exhale, hands in front of your heart. Bringing yourself to slowly come, lay down on your back. And as you lay here, bring your feet in. Maybe give them a nice tight squeeze. From here, you can just softly drop both knees to the left and extend your right hand to the right. For those of you who want to get a deeper twist, you can just do the wrap, whatever feels best for you. It doesn't need to be anything too harsh at this stage. Starting to slow down the practice. Try to work your right shoulder to the earth. Try to work and lengthen through that whole right side waist. Tailbone away from the armpit. And then bring it back up. feet to the earth. Opposite side, left knee over. And extend. Breathing. Keep trying to work the hip away from the armpit. Then come back to center. Draw the knees into the chest. Bring the head up to the knees. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. And exhale. And allow your body to settle in to your Shavasana. Feet are wide. Feet flopped open. Shoulders are melting on the earth. Palms are facing up. Take a long deep breath in through the nose. And sigh out through the mouth. Let's do another one of those. In through the nose. Sighing out any last thing out of your body, any last fear, any last tension, any last stress. Relax your toes, the soles of your feet, the top of your feet and your ankles. Soften the calves and the shins. Relax your knees, your thighs and your hip. Let your back relax. Lungs fall to the back of the rib cage as your shoulders melt. The arms, the wrists, the palms, the forearm, fingers. Let your head melt back into the earth. Relax the forehead. Soften the skin around the eyes. Relax the skin around the jaw. Let the tongue melt in the mouth. Let the eyes soften into the sockets. The entire body releasing, surrendering, and letting go. Your life is a sacred journey. It is about change, growth, discovery, movement, transformation. Continuously expanding your vision of what is possible, stretching your soul, learning to see clearly and deeply, listening to your intuition, taking courageous challenges every step along the way. You are on the path exactly where you're meant to be right now. And from here, you can only go forward, shaping your life story into a magnificent tale of triumph of courage, of beauty of wisdom, of power of dignity, and of love. If you have time, I really invite you to stay here and allow your body to assimilate the practice. Otherwise, bring some gentle movement to your feet and your hands. Rock your head from right to left. And just roll over to the right side and take a moment here. As your body releases into the earth, take a moment to say thank you for the abilities of your body, for the strength, the ease of which you move, the vehicle that has brought you so far in your life. And then using your hands, gently come all the way up to sit in a comfortable cross-legged position. This time with your palms facing upwards, that gesture of giving and receiving. And as you settle into this seat, recognizing your thoughts, be aware of the energy in your body. Notice how your body feels. Notice how you feel. And then allow yourself to feel the connection amongst all of us who have practiced together this morning and over the past 10 weeks. Maybe noticing a connection with something greater than all of us. Bringing your hands in prayer in front of your heart, and remember that intention you placed on this morning's practice. May all beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May all beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all beings never be parted from freedom's true joy. May all beings dwell in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. Bringing your hands to the space between your eyebrows and bow forward to seal in the practice. Namaste.